so while you guys are getting warmed up with some more questions, we are going to answer Hero's question that Laura wants to. Is he your favorite? Or something?
Yeah, I want to ask Hero's question.
So you spent some time with Carly, me, you answer Hero's question. What am I doing?
Oh, you talk enough. Just have a rest, have some water. All right, okay. So Hiroshi on YouTube asked, "Hello guys, I intend to travel to Tonga in order to swim with whales, but it might be on a budget. Can you guys tell me how you would make this trip? How would you go there? By plane? From which airport? To what island? How long would you be there? And which other activities would you do knowing that you're on a budget? Which company would you go to swim with whales? Thank you so much."
Right, so first up, Hero, I want to get started by saying that you are a goddamn cheater. That's not one question, that's 20
That's
of
like
them.
20 questions within one question. But
yeah, so as you guys know, we also have a website called Tongapocketguide.com. And on Tonga Pocket Guide, it's basically your Bible of traveling in Tonga. So on Tonga Pocket Guide, we have something called trip IDs. And in there, you have a lot of trip IDs. And we plan your whole trip for you. So on Tonga Pocket Guide, you have a Tonga itinerary for 5 days on a budget, and you literally have everything on how to arrive, but you also have day-to-day what you should be doing and what we will be doing. So we'll go a little bit through that. Now, one of the best ways to access Tonga is from either Australia or New Zealand. If you're in New Zealand, you definitely want to fly from Auckland, because it's cheaper. Otherwise, you got to fly from where you are to Auckland and then fly from Auckland. And if you are in Australia, you can leave from Sydney. It's usually where your cheapest connections are. Now, when you arrive in Tonga, you will definitely want to land in Nuku'alofa. So what's the name of the airport in Tonga?
So that is the Fua'amotu Airport. Right. It's on the island of Tongatapu, and that is the main airport of Tonga. So there is another international airport in one of the other islands in the north, but that tends to be more expensive to get to. So we would definitely recommend starting your trip in Tongatapu, otherwise known as like the nearest city to that is called Nuku'alofa, and the airport itself is called Fua'amotu.
Woo! I'm so glad she's taking this one.
Yeah.
And so you definitely want to fly to Tonga, because if you're going there like by cruise and everything, you only have about 1 or 2 days there, and also it's definitely not cheap. So if you're on a budget, you want to fly to Tonga. Now, so on which island would you want to spend most of your time? You would want to spend most of your time on Tongatapu and the little island of Eauas, or Eauas. E-A-U.
Yes.
O-E-U-A? EUA.
It says on here.
Yeah, or somewhere. Anyway, so you're gonna get to those two islands, and that's pretty much it. Now the good thing is that the flight between both islands is about 7 minutes. Is that correct? And
it's short, one of the shortest commercial flights in the world. Apparently, that's its claim to fame.
so it's really short, and therefore it's really cheap to fly between both islands. All right, so activities to do in Tongatapu when you are on a budget. There is a ton of historical sites and beautiful, amazing natural sites to check out. So there is a cave that you can visit, and you can even go swim in.
Yes,
that's Anahulu Caves. This is quite cheap to do. It's under $20.
Yeah,
and it's definitely worth it. You have limestone formations everywhere. It's really awesome, and you even have like a pool in the cave. And just
you can go and swim in it.
And you can literally jump and swim in the cave. It's really awesome. You can see some amazing blowholes as well, which are really awesome, because you see the waves kind of like boom, gushing and everything. But there are also a lot of other kind of cultural things to do, like markets, and also this rock
the Hamonga. Right. Yeah. So in the city, the capital itself, Nuku'alofa, there is this huge market there, which at first when you hear about a market, you don't really think much of it. But when you go there, this place is absolutely incredible. It has so many handicrafts there that people have actually all handmade. Everything there is unique, and yeah, you get to see some amazing, it's a really amazing cultural aspect to your trip to Tonga, and it's a free thing to do. You don't necessarily have to buy anything, but you'll probably be tempted when you're there. But yeah, another cultural thing to do is to go visit the Hamonga a Maui, which is a sort of a stone archway that is really ancient. It's kind of got some history behind that. One of the early kings of Tonga had it made for him, and it's kind of like known as the Stonehenge of the South Pacific. So that's a cool thing to go check out as well. But to see some of these sites, you will either have to hire yourself a car, which car hire in Tonga is actually quite affordable. Otherwise, you can go on guided tours, which basically takes you around the whole island, seeing all these sites. And that actually works out to be about the same price as renting a car. So that's also definitely worth considering.
All right, so then one of the big things that you want to do is whale swimming. Laura, the whale swimming season in Tonga is?
It's from July to October.
All right, and so you can do that on both the island of Eua and from Tongatapu. And something that most people don't know is that from the main island, it's actually where you have the smallest amount of tours, so you have more time with the whales, and there is less stress on the animals and everything, which is way better.
Yeah.
So you're better off actually doing whale swimming in Tongatapu or in Euas rather than other parts of Tonga, which is quite cool. If you are in Tongatapu, we suggest you go with a company called Tuna Moana. We love those guys, they're really awesome.
They take a really good eco-friendly approach to the whale swimming, which is really good.
Exactly. So that activity will take you a whole day. So when you plan for your itinerary, you want to plan for the whole day, and that is not cheap. But it's worth every penny, but it's not cheap. So when you're on a budget, make sure you think of that. It's going to cost you more than your flight to Tonga.
Yeah.
But you can also do that from the island of the Euas. Now, one of the reasons why we want to send you to the island of the Euas is just so you see two different kind of sides of Tongatapu. The Euas are really different. They have some really awesome banyan trees. Is that correct?
Yes,
banyan tree. My pronunciation is on par today. So they have those awesome trees that makes for very unique looking forest. So that's an awesome hike to do. Sending a hike, so it's really cheap to do. You can do whale swimming over there. You can do some snorkeling around, which is quite awesome. You can do bareback horse riding, which as a man hurts. So up to you, my friend. It's a style, but yeah, and there is also some awesome historical sites. Now, one piece of advice when going to the Euas, make sure that your flight back is actually just maybe a day before your flight from Tongatapu back to New Zealand or to Australia, is just because there is sometimes a lot of flight cancellation, and if your flight get cancelled, then you may be stuck in Tonga for an extra few days, and that's never, it's an amazing place to be stuck in, but it's not that fun if you had travel plans. So aside from flight cancellation, any extra tips to give about Tonga, or are you good?
Just for where you can stay, there's actually loads of really good budget accommodations in Tonga, both in Tongatapu and in Eua. So in Eua, the island itself, all the accommodation there is budget accommodation, so you won't have trouble finding anything that's going to be cheap enough. But yeah, usually you're looking for a type of accommodation called guest house accommodation. They don't really call anything hostels or backpackers like they would in New Zealand. In Tonga, usually they go for the term guest house. So if you're searching for cheap accommodation, then that's definitely what you need to be looking for. But yeah, we do have all this advice on TongaPocketGuide.com.
It's loading. Our internet's really slow.
So yeah, we have all this sort of budget advice. We go through all the budget accommodations you can go and stay in. We tell you all the free and cheap activities to do around Tonga, how to get between the islands as well. So yeah, hopefully that 5-day budget itinerary that we just showed you before will basically help you plan all your trip.
All right. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys find it useful, make sure to like and subscribe and put your questions in the comment below, and we have some link for you in the description. Let's go back to the live chat.